Right, so guys, this video will purely be focusing on rental yields and 5 key locations for off-plan investments in the next 3 to 4 years. And just to clarify, this video does not focus on end users, it focuses purely on investors. So first of all, let's start off by areas like Creek Harbor, Dubai Hills. The rental yields in the last 12 months have dropped to less than 6%. In Creek Harbor, it's about 5.5%. Dubai Hills is around 5.6%, downtown at 5.8, Business Bay around 6%, City Walk at 5%. So some of your key areas, you're seeing a huge decline in rentals there, and they're no longer good products to invest in for rental income. Yes, if you're an end user, if you would live in it yourself. There's no better place than the Bar Hills and Creek Harbor. You've got the largest park, you've got a huge mall, you've got schools, hospitals. Still a very good option, but from a rental perspective, there's much better options, and we'll be focusing on those locations today. So the first one, starting off purely from a rental perspective, it's downtown Jebel Ali. You've got 8.7% rental income, rental yields in the last 12 months. I think probably one of the highest uh, in Dubai, if you look at some key areas. And downtown Jebel Ali is this strip of land right here, all the way from these temples along Shehzad Road down over here to Jebel Ali Industrial. So this strip of land, very limited, most of it is already occupied by industries and commercial factories. So this is one of the key hotspots, 8.7% rental yields, and there's only, I think, around 50 apartments available for rent in this particular area. And in the last 12 months, it's grown by almost 3% in rentals. The prices per square foot are just around 1,200 to 1,300 dirhams per square foot, which is some serious value for money given the location. And you're just around 10 minutes to Dubai Marina and even Battuta Mall. So it's pretty much in the center, as prime as it gets. You can get one beds here for about 800, 700, 800,000 dirhams. Uh, so yeah, definitely this is an area that should be in your investment portfolio for the next 3 to 4 years. Second area that I wanted to focus on that I've been banging around about for the last few months is, of course, Expo City. Now, Expo City, there's no other product like it in UAE, in Dubai, because it's one of the only communities where infrastructure is already established. You've got the metro, you've got the mall opening up in Q2 2027. Uh, you've got commercials already operating. You've got Fortune 500 companies already operating from here. You're going to have schools, clinics, hospitals, and you're right within the industrial area. So you're going to have a lot of short-term and long-term rental demand. And something I wanted to focus on, Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan. So this is the master plan from the government of Dubai, focusing on 5 key urban centers in the next 20 years. You'll be having downtown as your first urban center, Dubai Marina and JBR, DIFC. You can have Silicon Oasis, and you can have Expo City over here. So Expo is going to be the urban center in the next 10 to 20 years for the people of Dubai South. Now, of course, we've had some very interesting launches recently from Emaar, Terra Gardens. You've had Expo Valley Views, phenomenal products because nowhere else in Dubai can you get a two-bedroom Emaar product for 2.2, 2.3 million. Probably the cheapest two bedrooms from MR. And Expo Apartments are offering a 25% post handover plan, which no other government developer is offering in this day and age. So yeah, you can get one beds for about 1.6 mil, and Expo prices per square foot are around 2,000 dirhams per square foot, and you're going to grow a lot more over the next 2 to 3 years as more and more infrastructure hands over. In the last 12 months, Expo prices have increased by 25%. So that's, and just one more thing I wanted to focus on is, of course, Expo is the only area in Dubai where no private developers can build, and only government developers like Emaar, Aldar, and Expo are allowed to build there. So that adds even more exclusivity. Right, so that's two done, and now moving on to the third area. It's this piece of land right here, the JLT, the DMCC, and Uptown area. This is a very small district. It's called Uptown Dubai. It's going to be a mixed-use residential and commercial district coming up in the next couple of years, and it's being developed by DMCC itself. So DMCC is Dubai's crypto and commodities free zone, just like you've got DIFC. DMCC is basically Dubai's second DIFC, focusing exclusively on crypto, commodities, etc. So it's a financial free zone. Lots of demand from residents and commercial uh, companies and offices for spaces here. So this is an area that should be in your radar, of course. Again, you're right, walking distance to the Dubai Marina, JLT, and right with Jumeirah Islands. And there's serious shortage of newer quality, good quality developments in this area because everything in JLT is almost 20 years old. So yeah, Uptown DMCC should be in your radar. And then of course, one more key location was JVT, Jumeirah Village Triangle that I wanted to focus on. This piece of land right here. Of course, if you see one thing with JVT is almost 70 to 80% of the land is already built for villas. And you've only got apartments coming up in these little empty plots over here, right on the road. So that itself tells you there's a lot more scarcity in JVT compared to other areas such as JVC, which are massively oversupplied. Now, JVT in the last 12 months has performed really well with rentals. Rentals here have grown by 10%. Now, JVT is a product which is, from a rental perspective as well as from an off-plan perspective, capital appreciation, it makes perfect sense. You're going to have the Al Khail Mall opening up by next year. You've got some of Dubai's best schools within JVT. You're right along Al Khail Road and 311, two of Dubai's biggest highways. You're right opposite Jumeirah Islands, and you're going to get views of the marina skyline as well. Two of my favorite projects here, of course, Sol Levant and Interstellar, really good developers, and you can get two beds for about 2 million and less than 2 million if you're lucky. So still a very, very good entry point JVT compared to some other key areas. And lastly, we can have, of course, Meydan Horizon. So Meydan Horizon is this little piece of land over here, right next to Shobha Heartland. Now, why Meydan? Of course, first of all, it's a government-backed master plan right opposite Ras Al Khor, and you're right with downtown and Creek Harbour. This entire piece of land is being developed by Dubai Holding, uh, and Ellington's already launched a couple of projects here. And Mars is going to be developing a huge community right opposite in this piece of land. They've already acquired the land for it. And Shobha Heartland next door has some of the best schools in Dubai, I would say. So you don't even have to drive every morning, 20, 30 minutes. You've got Shobha Heartland right with you. And the Shobha Heartland Mall is going to be opening up as well by next year. So very prime piece of land over here along Al Khail Road and the Alien Road. Minutes to downtown, Creek Harbour, and the IFC. You're going to see lots of demand from people working in Business Bay and the IFC. So generally speaking, all of these locations are directly backed by the government, and a lot of you may ask, okay, why not? What about areas over here? Silicon Oasis, DLRC, Dubai Island Residence Complex. I believe with the whole narrative of Dubai moving south, having a property in one of these areas which I've highlighted makes much more sense compared to going eastwards because there are no government master plans announced yet for East Dubai for this piece of land here. maybe we could hear something in the next 10 years, but as of now, there are no master plans announced. So I would not really, I'm not super confident about this area, but anything here, areas like Furjan, downtown Jebel Ali, JVT, uh, DMCC, absolute no-brainers, and the sort of projects you can get in for both appreciation and rental yields. So I hope this was a helpful video. Of course, I've got a report prepared for you guys. So you can just reach out to me directly on my WhatsApp and I'll send you a report, sort of like an investment summary on these areas.